Right now at 6, we'll examine the new Missouri governor's executive orders cracking down on crime and illegal immigration.
And we've got a chilly start to the day, but we are warmer than where we were this time yesterday, and we'll be even warmer into the afternoon. Details in that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, a Joplin mother expresses her pride and fear as her sons fight fires on the West Coast.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Thursday. It's January the 16th, getting a little closer to the weekend. The weekend itself, it's going to be cold. Yeah. But between here and there, we got a little bit of warm weather, some opportunities to get outside, enjoy for a minute, been cooped up for a while. Also an opportunity if there's something you need to get done from the snow we had recently, or something came up. You're like, oh shoot, boy, I didn't know that. Got to get it done. Now it's time to do it.
Great time to do it.
It is going to get cold. Well, let's take a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Our camera there at 4th and Broadway. We're looking back to the south and east. We're looking all right. Skies are clear. Again, it's a bit on the chilly side, but it could be worse. In fact, yesterday for many it was worse and slightly better this morning. MoDOT camera 20th and range line. Looking back to the northwest there, also looking pretty good as well. Folks getting their day underway, and same from the KDOT camera 69 in East 520th Avenue, just south of Pittsburgh. In fact, we're not really seeing much snow. There was a little snow still left around this message sign, but don't see any of that left now. And anything that is left between today and tomorrow, it's going to be gone before we get into the weekend. Noon today. Winds are a little gusty this morning. They'll be calm later this morning through the afternoon. Clear skies, and look at these temperatures by noon. Already most of us into the upper 40s, even some low 50s. It's going to be a little warmer today than what we were expecting yesterday. Going into the afternoon, again, low 50s for most of us, others into the upper 40s. But it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day with calm winds or light and variable winds. You don't have much to worry about, again, if you have some outdoor projects you need to do, or if you just want to take a drive. Great opportunity just to hit the road for a little 30-minute drive somewhere. Some great places you can drive really close by to where you live and just get right back home, and a great day to do that. 35 in Joplin, 34 in Pittsburgh, so we're about 15 degrees warmer for most of us this morning where we were yesterday, especially, I just remember specifically Iola, down to 12 yesterday morning, now at 31, so it's still cold. I know it's still cold, but that is a lot better than 12 degrees. We've got low, mid, upper 30s and still even some low 40s in the parts of northeastern Oklahoma this morning. Kids getting on the bus, we're looking on average low to mid 30s, clear skies, and again, those southwest winds still occasionally gusting upwards of 20. Those winds will become calm. We're sunny. Low 50s for most of us when that bus brings the kids back home. And again, our highs today, some upper 40s. I think the majority of us, though, should at least make the low 50s out there with a calm breeze. As I said, it's going to get windy tonight, windier tomorrow, warmer tomorrow, and tomorrow's also when the Arctic air gets here. We'll go over all of those details with you here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks. Authorities in Joplin had their hands full with a series of crashes yesterday morning. Reports of a crash came in about 11:30 on 249 near Zora. Responders came upon a series of crashes where some vehicles had struck each other and some vehicles had struck debris. 5 vehicles required towing from the scene, and 1 person was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly delivered the State of the State speech. The governor spoke in front of Kansas lawmakers in the House chamber last night, and Kelly focused on accomplishments such as public school funding, balancing the state budget, and tax cuts, including axing the state's grocery tax.
As of 2 weeks ago, no Kansan is paying state sales tax on groceries. As you all know, it took a while, but we got it done. And there's more relief on the way. In total, I've signed into law $2 billion in tax cuts.
Kelly went on to say it's time to focus on the future of the Sunflower State. She says priorities include investing in child care, public school funding, and a multi-generational push to protect the water supply. Well, Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe signed 6 executive orders since taking office on Monday. That's part of his Safer Missouri plan. KOAM's Samantha Walker breaks down how one executive order aims to further cooperation among law enforcement agencies.
During his inaugural address, Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe detailed his plans to make Missouri safer, taking action through a series of executive orders. One establishes Operation Relentless Pursuit, an initiative to locate and apprehend fugitives with felony arrest warrants. Kehoe explained the need for the program in his orders, saying, quote, "Studies show that individuals evading felony warrants are likely to engage in additional criminal activity, further endangering Missouri citizens and communities." Going on to add, quote, "Addressing this challenge requires a concerted, intelligence-led approach that leverages state, federal, county, and local law enforcement resources. Operation Relentless Pursuit establishes intelligence sharing between the Missouri Information Analysis Center and the U.S. Marshals Service Investigations Operations Division in hopes of having more current information on the location of fugitives. The operation will also designate a full-time Missouri Highway Patrol Division of Drug and Crime Control investigator in each region of the state to assist with the initiative. They'll act as a liaison for drug task forces and other federal, state, and local agencies. The executive order encourages collaboration between national, state, county, and municipal law enforcement agencies. In a statement to KOAM, a spokesperson for MSHP says, quote, "We will work to implement those directives provided by the governor." The governor also said he would be taking action on further steps to make Missouri a safer place to live. Governor Kehoe is expected to detail more of his implementation plans for orders like Operation Relentless Pursuit during his State of the State address on January 28th. Reporting, I'm Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, the governor plans to implement more of the Safer Missouri plan within the coming weeks. You can learn more about the executive orders Kehoe has signed so far on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. Well, two brothers from Joplin are helping with the containment of the California fires. Jacob and Jaron Christensen are both former Marines, and their mother, Erica, talked to us about her sons. She says she understands why they chose to put their lives on the line to help others.
They're just maintaining fires. They told me they did. There was a fire that popped up near them, but their engines took care of it. So right now they're just making sure that like none of the embers that are being blown around start a fire, and that there are no arsons.
Erica says that her uncle is also over in California helping out with the Red Cross. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. President-elect Trump may be considering a plan that would buy TikTok more time to find a buyer before shutting down. Plus, officials are now investigating what happened hours before the Southern California wildfires. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Thursday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch this morning. Well, TikTok may get some extra ticks of the clock to avoid going dark. The social media app could find a lifeline in President-elect Donald Trump. Right now, it will be banned if it can secure an American buyer by Sunday. But some sources say Trump is considering giving TikTok more time to cut the deal. Now, that's far from certain. Though he has recently said he wants to keep the video sharing app alive, he supported a TikTok ban during his first administration. Another possibility is President Joe Biden could always act in the 11th hour. Now, the Supreme Court could also strike down the ban, though most indications suggest the justices plan to uphold it. The U.S. budget deficit is up sharply after the first quarter of the fiscal year. The Treasury Department says the federal government spent $711 billion more than it collected from October through December. Now, that's about $200 billion more than the same period last year, a roughly 39% increase. The federal government's revenue comes primarily from taxes. Top spending categories are Social Security, defense, healthcare, and interest payments. Well, this morning, fire crews in Southern California are hoping to make more headway in stamping out multiple wildfires, with winds expected to ease up over the next few days. Now, at least 25 people have died and more than 12,000 structures destroyed in the blazes that began over a week ago. As Charlie DeMar reports from Los Angeles, officials there are now grappling with tough questions about what happened in the hours before disaster struck.
Weakening winds offered a much-needed break for firefighters battling the Southern California fires. But now questions swirl over what happened before the deadly flames spread.
It's the actions that we take prior to that wind event ever starting that are going to make the most difference.
CBS News has confirmed that as the Palisades fire started on the morning of January 7th, only 19 fire engines were pre-deployed to the area. It's unclear how many, if any, were sent to the first neighborhood on fire. Hours passed before officials sent out this notice to bring in off-duty firefighters.
I can guarantee you that every resource that was available was working and focused on the mission.
California's governor has signed an executive order to speed up the cleanup process so thousands of evacuees can get back in their homes.
The Glassmans returned to find a diamond in the rough among the ruins of their Palisades home.
I thought I was never going to see it again. It's just pure joy. I am so happy.
But sorrow for Jordan Mitchell, who was in the hospital when his wheelchair-bound father and brother with cerebral palsy died in the Eaton fire. He says his father called for help, but no one came.
Dying in a fire is not a pretty way to go. No one deserves that.
Crosses now line fences, honoring the more than 24 victims of the most destructive wildfires in California history. Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Federal and California state law enforcement officials have formed a task force to combat crime related to the wildfires, such as price gouging and looting. And that's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, Skywatch Storm Tracker is clear right now, and it will remain that way through today. We'll have some occasional gusty winds this morning. They'll become calm a little later this morning. Quick look outside from 7th and Range Line. We've got clear skies. It's a chilly but warmer start to the day. We're on average about 15 degrees warmer than where we were this time yesterday. We'll have another full look at your forecast, break down the warm weather, and when that Arctic air arrives, when the KOAM Morning News returns.
An Indiana pizza delivery driver went viral after someone posted a video of him working through a snowstorm and making a delivery for only a $2 tip. But after his story took off on social media, a total stranger stepped up to serve a slice of generosity for the driver. Caitlin Kendall has the story.
We're rolling. This is Connor Stefanoff, a Rockstar pizza delivery driver.
Turn right on.
It has nothing to do with the pizza joint he works for.
Watch your step, it's slippery.
Despite all the snow,
hello. Oh my God, it's you.
He makes sure his customers get their food.
I see ya. Any condition, anytime, anywhere, you will get your pizza.
That mentality of the young man has him gaining traction on TikTok.
You delivering a pizza, bro?
An officer at a crash last week saw Connor trekking through the snowstorm.
Look at this man. This man walked through hell and high water to deliver a pizza.
The road for his delivery was closed, so Connor walked nearly a half mile in nothing but sweats and tennis shoes.
Did you get a good tip?
$2.
That $2 tip pushed Officer Craig to call on his more than 160,000 followers to step up.
Absolutely insane. Do better, folks.
And they have. In just a few days, the original $500 goal more than tripled.
I still don't believe it's real, but it is.
Generous tips from strangers. The owner of Rockstar Pizza says Connor is well deserving of the attention.
He wasn't here in the restaurant. He had no idea that people were watching him, but he got out, walked into the house, and came back without any expectations.
Ron told his employees they didn't have to deliver that day, but Connor wanted to work.
Well done. That's dedication, man.
Everyone's going through it tough. Everyone has it. It could be you. It could be the delivery driver. But at the end of the day, we're all people. We all got to grow up and toughen up. Just be nice to the next person.
Shout out to Rockstar Pizza, wherever they are.
As of Wednesday night, the GoFundMe has raised several $1,000s. Now let's check in with Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, taking a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Skies are clear. We are looking great. Now temperatures are chilly. Yes, I know that, but they are about 15 degrees warmer than where we were 24 hours ago. We're going to have a complete look at your forecast, talk about the warm weather and then the cold weather when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 6:21 now on this Thursday morning. We're going to start with the future tracking for today. It looks fantastic. Remember yesterday we were talking about highs into the upper 40s. It looks like we're going to be a little warmer than that. Thankfully, it's not like I was off, 20 degrees. It's not like today our highs are going to be in the 80s all of a sudden, or they're only going to be in the 30s. It's only a few degrees off, but still, we'll take warmer weather. So by noon, most of us already into the upper 40s and even some low 50s by noon. And into the afternoon, we'll still have some highs in the upper 40s today, but I think the majority of us are going to make the low 50s. And with a calm wind, or maybe light and variable at best, if you've got something outside to do, I know I've been saying it, but really, if you do, today's a perfect day to do it, or today's a great day, just take a drive in your community. There's plenty of places you can go. Take a short drive with the windows down, enjoy it, because it's not going to last much longer. As we go into the evening and overnight, winds will shift out of the south, and overnight, they start gusting upwards of about 25, maybe 30 miles an hour at times. Temperatures still chilly, but again, even warmer by a few degrees tomorrow morning as we start the day in the mid to upper 30s for most of us. Winds continue to increase through the morning and into the afternoon on Friday, as do the clouds and the temperatures. Winds by the afternoon gusting out of the south anywhere from 35, potentially 40 miles an hour. So it'll be very breezy tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures very warm. By noon, we're already low, mid, and even upper 50s out there. And we'll start seeing some opportunities for some isolated showers. At this point, it still looks as though the better opportunities for rain, which even then they're not great opportunities, but if we're going to see rain, it appears more likely along and south of the I-44 corridor as we head through the afternoon hours. Now, we get a cold front. And there it is. You can see it in the cloud line. You can see it with the wind shift line as well with the wind arrows out there. Starts coming in between 4 and 6 tomorrow evening. As it does so, temperatures will drop behind it. Could get a couple of additional showers ahead of that front as it sinks a little closer to I-44 through the evening. And then after that, like I said, temperatures are going to drop. We're falling back through the 30s and then into the 20s as we start Saturday. Now, for some of us, we may reach highs Saturday morning at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning into the 30s. And temperatures will drop a bit. Now, thankfully, they will not plummet Saturday, but they may drop through the morning. As you can see, we fall back into the upper 20s for most of us. That's really where they're going to stay. Not a lot of movement on the temperatures throughout the day. Saturday, we get mostly cloudy skies, and we'll have north winds in here. Again, just kind of keeping it cold, and it will be even colder as we go Saturday night into Sunday. Quick look at temperatures in Joplin. Again, skies are clear. It is 35 right now in Joplin and around the region. Temperatures are almost, in some cases, 20 degrees warmer now than where we were 24 hours ago. And again, a key one that I remember again is just Iola. You were at 12 yesterday morning. All right, it was very cold. Much better. Still cold, but much better. We got low, mid, upper 30s, and still Miami Grove sitting at 40 this morning. We're starting our day about the low to mid 30s, clear skies, mid 40s by 11 a.m. And again, the winds will begin to ease up through the morning. They're looking to be calm or light and variable. Sunny, upper 40s, low 50s for our highs today. Heading into tonight. Clear skies through the evening, temperatures gradually dropping, eventually upper 20s, low 30s, south winds increasing though, gusting upwards of 25. Remember, tomorrow they'll be gusting upwards of 35, maybe 40. Mostly cloudy, breezy, maybe a few isolated showers out there. Warm during the day. By nightfall, though, that cold air arrives. 30s. Could be early day highs for some of us on Saturday. Teens, Saturday, Sunday, Monday night. 20s for highs, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Maybe a few showers on Wednesday, maybe even a little bit of a wintry mix on Wednesday. Temperatures staying below average as we head through next week. Maybe a little closer to normal next Saturday. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise now with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, the FDA is removing authorization for the artificial food coloring red number 3. The dye is commonly used in candy, cakes, frostings, cookies, and cupcakes. And studies show the product can cause cancer in rats, though the agency says it hasn't been confirmed to cause cancer in humans. Red number 3 has already been banned in cosmetics. A study on the impact of stress on surgeons yielding some surprising results. The results published in JAMA Network found surgeons experiencing stress performed better in surgery, which led to fewer surgical complications. Now, while the authors warned that excessive stress may cause worse performance, moderate amounts of stress may lead people to perform better. Well, can memory influence what we eat? A new study on mice published in Nature Metabolism found there are neurons in the brain which carry memories about sugar and fat. What that means is advertisements or things in our daily environment can remind us of experiences we had eating good food, which can cause us to eat unhealthy or overeat. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, the Gordon Parks Museum in Fort Scott celebrates the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
And we've got clear skies out there. Bit of a chilly start this morning, warmer into the afternoon. Details on that forecast get you out the door coming up.
Plus, Missouri Southern dental students are taking care of the community one mouth at a time.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:29. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Thursday. It is January the 16th. It is not feeling like January this afternoon, nor will it feel like January tomorrow, but it will really feel like January as we head into the weekend.
You know what I'm calling it? I'm calling it good football watching weather, just to stay at home on the weekend because it's going to be so cold.
It certainly is. You got a lot of reasons to stay inside this weekend, but again, if you want to get out, you got something you need to do today, tomorrow, great time to do it. Maybe a great opportunity. Take a little drive. We used to help the kids fall asleep. Just take a little drive. Don't have to go very far. Put the windows down and enjoy it because it will not last, unfortunately. But it is January. Yep. Let's look outside, shall we? This is our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, located at 4th and Broadway, looking back to the south and east, and it is looking pretty good so far this morning. Same from the MoDOT camera, 20th in range line. It's the second time I've done that. 20th in range line in Joplin, looking back roughly to the northwest out there. Also looking pretty good. And we'll head over to the KDOT camera, 69 East 520th Avenue, south of Pittsburgh, and it is also looking good. No snow on the roads, which is nice. We don't have to worry about any of that this morning. Into the afternoon we go. We'll have winds a little gusty this morning. They're going to ease up. They'll be calm or at best light and variable, so nothing really to worry about. And by noon, most of us already mid-upper 40s, even some 50-degree readings out there. Now further south and west, like Bartlesville, could be warmer today, upper 50s, but I think most of us should make the low 50s, but some upper 40s will still be possible as well. Winds will remain calm through the day. It won't be until late this evening and overnight that they'll shift out of the south and start to ramp up on us. 35 in Joplin, 34 in Pittsburgh right now, and across the area, temperatures are looking pretty darn good. They're cold, yes, don't get me wrong, but it certainly beats the teens that we were seeing yesterday, especially in our northern counties. We've got 30s and even still sitting at 40 in Miami and Grove. So compared to 24 hours ago, take a look at, again, especially our northern counties, upwards of 20 degrees warmer now than where we were 24 hours ago. So talk about a big difference out there. It may still be cold, but it's not as cold. 32 when kids get on the bus this morning. Sunny, again, breezy. Southwest winds occasionally gusting to 20. And then by this afternoon, around the low 50s, calm winds, sunny skies. And like I said, there could still be some upper 40s for highs, but I think most of us should at least make the low 50s out there with those clear skies. As I mentioned, winds increase tonight. They do so even more as we head into Friday. Rain chances tomorrow, and then the cold air arrives. We'll go over all that with you here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. The Downstream Casino and Resort was all business yesterday. The Quapaw, Oklahoma Casino welcomed the Joplin Chamber of Commerce Annual Business Expo. It's the region's largest annual business showcase with more than 100 exhibitors. Now, this one-day event provided an opportunity for businesses to network with other businesses and potential customers.
It feels great, actually. I love seeing different and small business, well, not really small businesses, but local businesses, and getting to network and collab with them. I think that's super fun. I haven't seen a lot of faces, just their signage, to put faces with their businesses. I think that's super cool.
The theme for the 32nd annual event is Out of This World Expo. Well, tax season is just around the corner, and for many people, choosing the right professional to work with, it's essential to the filing process. Many considerations go into making that choice, including familiarity with tax laws, deductions, tax credits, and filing jointly or separately for a married couple.
Be cautious with someone that says that they can get you a larger refund than someone else. Sometimes tax preparers base their fees on the size of the return, and that can lead them to some potentially unethical behaviors. And you also want to be cautious with refund anticipation loans. You could lose a large percentage of your refund in commission fees. So read the fine print.
If you have questions about a tax expert's credentials, you can always check with the Better Business Bureau. And if you're looking for an affordable form of dental care, some students at MSSU might have you covered. For $30, Missouri Southern dental hygiene students offer a range of services, including cleanings, x-rays, and even oral cancer screenings, all without the need for insurance. Professors say it's not only an opportunity for students to master essential skills, but also a chance to give back to the community.
So we really need people in the community to volunteer or have their time to come out for our students to clean their teeth. It's a fantastic deal. It's $30, which can include sealants, fluoride varnish. We do anything. We do see kids age 5 and up, adolescents, geriatrics, adults.
The dental hygiene clinic at MSSU is open to the public every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and is currently free to all students. And young minds had the chance to go for it and learn about groundhogs yesterday during Preschool Connections at Wildcat Glades. Kids ages 3 to 7 learned about the underground mammals through interactive lessons, including a story, song, and a craft project presented by Wildcat Glades' own Miss Vicki.
It just gets everybody started learning about nature. Here at Wildcat Glades, we cover all different topics. Every month is a different topic for the preschool program, and we also have a little older kids program from ages minor preschoolers, and then from 7 to 14 we have Nature Explorers.
You can find more information about Preschool Connections on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, Fort Scott's Gordon Parks Museum has begun its 2-day annual celebration for Martin Luther King Day. Students from Fort Scott Community College and Pitt State read excerpts of King's I Have a Dream speech along with other quotes. Now, the museum board president says it's meaningful that the event took place at this particular museum because of Gordon Parks' contributions towards fighting social injustice and racism.
I have a dream. Because while progress has been made, we certainly haven't arrived at our destination. And so it's good to remind us all to walk together.
Their second celebration for MLK Day takes place on Monday. They'll have a food drive at the event. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. The Department of Transportation is suing Southwest Airlines over chronically delayed flight routes. And we have a cool and sunny day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. In Consumer Watch this morning, we've all been paying more for food lately, but would you pay $400 for a single piece of fruit? Michael George introduces us to the world of luxury fruit.
These strawberries cost 8 times more than the ones at a typical grocery. It's not inflation, it's a new trend, luxury fruit. Higher quality, higher price. The berry from the company Oishi is grown indoors under special lights and no chemicals are used. They're marketed as sweeter and creamier than a typical berry. The price? $2 per strawberry. We had New Yorkers put them to a taste test.
I mean, it's decent.
Decent?
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I don't taste a significant difference. Maybe a little bit sweeter.
I feel like the texture of it is more sweeter, but that's really it, honestly.
On the extreme end of luxury fruit, Del Monte's Ruby Glow Pineapple with a striking red color and lower acidity. It's packaged in a box fit for fine art and sells for a whopping $400.
Is there really a market for a $400 pineapple?
Michael, there is now.
Danny Dumas from Del Monte said the exorbitant price is for 2 reasons. 1, years of development costs, and 2, there's a very limited supply.
People like exclusivity. People are curious.
So Del Monte sent us one of these Ruby Glow pineapples. Why don't we give it a taste? So it's actually really good. It's better than a normal pineapple. It's sweeter. Is it worth $400? In my opinion, of course not. but some people are willing to pay. Del Monte says more than 1,000 people are on a wait list to buy. As for the $2 strawberry,
Yeah, that's a little pricey.
You wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
not everyone is sweet on the price. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Well, the Department of Transportation has filed a lawsuit against Southwest Airlines alleging the company persistently operated chronically late flights. The suit hones in on 2 flight routes back in 2022 that resulted in 180 disruptions in a 5-month period. Southwest says focusing on those flights nearly 3 years ago is unrealistic compared to its overall record. The Transportation Department also fined Frontier Airlines $650,000 for chronically delayed flights, though a half of that amount could be suspended if the carrier doesn't operate chronically late flights over the next 3 years. And Quaker Oats Company is recalling boxes of its Pearl Milling Company original pancake and waffle mix due to undeclared milk. The FDA says people with serious milk allergies could experience a serious or life-threatening reaction. The recalled products were sold in 11 states. And the CEO of Walgreens says locking up merchandise to thwart theft has also turned off paying customers. The company reported an earnings loss of $245 million last quarter compared to $39 million during the same time period a year ago. Walgreens plans to close hundreds of stores by the end of this year due to faltering sales. And that's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
We've got a pretty decent start to the day. As we showed you earlier, we're almost 20 degrees warmer in some locations than where we were at this time yesterday. It's still cold. We're in the 30s, but it's a big improvement. All right. Our camera, downtown Pittsburgh, clear skies, sun is beginning to rise. It looks fantastic out there. Same from the MoDOT camera, 20th and range line, looking back roughly to the northwest. Looks great as well. I'll head over to the KDOT camera just south of Pittsburgh on 69. Traffic increasing, folks getting their day underway. Remember, we're that much closer to the weekend. As we head into the afternoon, where we have some slightly gusty winds this morning. They'll ease up. They're going to be calm into the afternoon. We're looking pretty good. In fact, a little warmer today than what we were expecting, which is all right by me. We're going upper 40s, could see a lot more low 50s, and of course some of our far southern counties could even get into the upper 50s today. And it won't be until late this evening that winds will start to shift out of the south, and they'll start to get a bit breezy tonight. We're sitting at 35 in Joplin, 32 in Pittsburgh, and across the region, take a look at these temperatures. They look a lot better. Remember, we had the Arctic type air over Kansas City the last couple of days. It's not there. We've got 30s for everybody. We've got, well, save Parsons and Neodesha, both sitting at 29. But everyone else, though, 30s, mid and upper as well. And as I mentioned, that's putting a number of locations. Iola, I just remember how cold it was yesterday morning in Iola. 20 degrees warmer in Iola now than it was yesterday. So, yeah, it's still cold, but it is not as cold as it was. Kids get on the bus. They're going to want that jacket for sure. We're talking low, mid 30s. Southwest winds again, occasionally gusting to 20. Clear skies and sunny when they come home. Calm winds. Temperatures right around the low 50s. We'll have another full look at your forecast here in just a moment. We're also going to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. But first, here is what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Tony DeCopel. Coming up on CBS Mornings, as Donald Trump prepares to return to the White House, we'll take a look at a key voting group that helped him get there. That is coming up on CBS Mornings.
All right, time for some Thursday birthdays. We're going to start with Lucas Craven. Celebrating birthday number 2, says happy birthday from Mama and Daddy.
And in Pittsburgh, a happy 47th birthday to Angie Loftmiller.
And we have Heather Buchanan celebrating birthday number 47 as well in Jasper. Happy birthday, Heather.
And a happy 48th birthday to Wayne Kendrell. It says here, happy birthday from your wife and children.
And we've got Barb celebrating birthday number 64. Says happy birthday from your family and friends.
And in Chanute, a happy 80th birthday to Harley Ponce.
And in Chetopa, Vanita Humphrey celebrating birthday number 89. Happy birthday.
And happy 33rd anniversary to Tracy and Kevin Manier.
And our list continues down to Neosho with Danielle Adams celebrating birthday number 31. Says happy birthday from Ashley and Adrian.
And we have a father and son birthday today, Johnny Barnes Jr. and John Barnes Sr. Johnny celebrating birthday number 39 and John celebrating Birthday number 72, it says here, happy birthday, love you from Hunter, Aspen, Jaden, Carly, and Joyce.
Talk about a special celebration, and it's also the celebration of the Johns, because we have Johnny Barnes Jr., Johnny Barnes Sr., and then we also have Johnny Zwalen in Chetopa celebrating a birthday today. Very happy birthday and anniversary to everyone on our list. Really do enjoy celebrating these, and we want you to celebrate with us. Elise, what should they do if they'd like to?
Yes, go ahead and submit those birthdays and anniversaries to birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those wonderful photos and messages, and to, of course, meet the deadline that you see there at the bottom of your screen, and to also include the date of your celebration when submitting as well.
You certainly want to do that because, again, if you submit a birthday today or an anniversary today and you don't tell us when it is, and let's say it's, I don't know, next Tuesday, well, we're going to presume it's tomorrow unless you tell us that it's not tomorrow, okay? So make sure you include that information in there, and make sure you take an opportunity either today or tomorrow to enjoy the nice weather, because it's going to go away for a while. I think that, yeah, go away. That works. That's about how it's going to be when this cold front comes in. But if we're going to be more accurate with the appropriate hand motions, it's going away that way. The cold air will come in from our northwest. For today, though, looking pretty good. We got some slightly gusty winds this morning out of the southwest. They're going to ease up. In fact, they're already beginning to do so. We head into the afternoon. These winds are calm, light, and variable at best. And look at these temperatures. By noon, already most of us mid-upper 40s, even some 50-degree readings out there. So today, we're going to be a little warmer than what we were thinking yesterday. Not significantly so. What I'm getting at is we were looking at more upper 40s and just a few low 50s. I think today we are looking at the opposite. I think we're looking at more low 50s and only a few upper 40s out there. It's going to be a pretty decent day. Of course, the further south and west you go, the warmer it will be. Now, late this evening into the overnight, winds increase out of the south. Tonight, they'll be gusting upwards of about 25, maybe 30 miles an hour. Then as we go through Friday, they increase even more. Clear skies tonight. Chilly, but not bad start to the day tomorrow, back into the 30s, and then clouds. A few clouds here and there early in the morning. Through the morning, though, the winds really ramp up. Now they're out of the south, gusting upwards of 35, potentially even 40 miles an hour, so do keep that in mind. And then shower chances start to build in, but look at these temperatures at noon on Friday. This is like March type weather. We're talking low, mid, upper 50s across the area by noon. Shower chances will be out there. Now, anybody could see a stray shower, but the slightly better chances, which are still not even that fantastic as it is, are going to really be along and south of the I-44 corridor as we head into Friday afternoon. By Friday, late afternoon, early evening, however you want to spell it here, 4 o'clock, here comes this front. Between 4 and 6, it starts rolling into our area. That front is going to bring north winds, be a bit gusty back behind it. It's also going to start to drop our temperature. So ahead of it, still looking good. In fact, as that front sinks a little further to the south and east, could see a few additional showers, again, along and south of I-44. It pushes on through. We'll have overnight partly cloudy skies. Clouds will thicken back up on Saturday. Winds out of the north, and take a look at these temperatures. We're probably looking, for some of us at least, early morning highs on Saturday into the 30s, because then we're going to kind of fall back into the 20s across a good portion of the region. And we're just going to sit there because those clouds will kind of lock that temperature in for us. And we're not really going to move much. We're also going to have those gusty winds, which will not be too exciting either. Quick look at temperatures. First, look at that. Clear skies. Looks beautiful. 35 in Joplin. The snow that's out there should be gone by this weekend. And around the region, we've got temperatures in the 30s, except for Parsons and Neodesha at this point, both staying at 29. But again, most of us, if not all of us, almost 20 degrees warmer now than where we were 24 hours ago, so not a bad start. Low to mid 30s at 8, clear skies, low to mid 40s by 11. We'll have one more look at your forecast, plus the news you need to know here in just a moment. And when we transition to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., we'll tell you about a high school student who played her way into history, earning the title of Oregon's first female chess grandmaster in history.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Missouri state law officers and other officials await more details as they prepare to implement various executive orders signed by Governor Mike Kehoe. Governor Kehoe signed 6 executive orders since taking office on Monday. Kehoe wants to crack down on illegal immigration and drug trafficking and hopes this will help apprehend criminal offenders. And Kansas Governor Laura Kelly delivered the State of the State speech last night. Kelly focused on accomplishments such as public school funding, balancing the state budget, and tax cuts, including axing the state's grocery tax. Kelly went on to say it's time to focus on the future of the Sunflower State. And Fort Scott's Gordon Parks Museum has begun its 2-day annual celebration for Martin Luther King Day. Students from Fort Scott Community College in Pitt State read excerpts of King's I Have a Dream speech along with other quotes. Their second celebration for MLK takes place on Monday, where they will host a food drive at the event. And that's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And as you head out the door, chilly this morning, but better than where we were yesterday. Even warmer this afternoon, upper 40s, low 50s. Winds will be calm and plentiful sunshine. We'll have clear skies continuing through the evening. Temperatures down to the upper 30s by 10. Overnight lows, upper 20s, low 30s. Clear skies, winds increasing though out of the south, gusting to 25. Those winds will start gusting 35 to 40 tomorrow, and they'll still be out of the south. Increasing clouds and temperatures, mid-upper 50s, maybe even some low 60s. A few showers along south of I-44. Then that Arctic front rolls in, drops our temperatures. We're getting bitterly cold as we head into the weekend and the start of the next work week. So enjoy today and tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making spaghetti squash in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Coming up next, still plenty of questions after Israel and Hamas reached a ceasefire agreement. Like, when will the hostages be released and how many? Deputy National Security Advisor joins the show to try and provide some answers.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, Paul Lyle joins us in the studio to talk about Pittsburgh's Battle of the Badges event.
Plus, Captain Austin Wolf from the Joplin Police Department also joining us in the studio to talk about what challenges police face today. That's going to wrap it up for us for now, though. We will be back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.